Welcome back to another show, everybody. Today, we are packing our bags, grabbing our passports, real or imaginary, and getting ready to take off on an adventure with a fabulous, fun guest. Because we believe that you should join us as we are people who believe travel isn't just about where you go, but how you dream, explore, and experience the world around you. Sit back and enjoy this week's conversation. We had an absolute blast with it. Thanks for listening, you guys. We love you so much. All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Rambling Through Everyday Life with Friend Angela. We're so glad that you're here. Angela, good morning. Happy Saturday. Happy weekend. It's a beautiful day. Spring is springing. Thank you, Jesus.
And we're back in the studio for the first time since early February.
Yes. No, last week we were here.
Oh,
yes,
wait, we were.
Yeah.
We recorded 2 times that didn't take, and then we did come here. Okay, never mind. Start over.
Yeah. Here we are. Yeah.
I'm so excited about our guest that I forgot what thoughts to think and how to, I just want to talk about
all
travel.
The things.
Travel.
I honestly, listen, Can
we start over?
Angela's going to properly introduce our guest, but
yes.
Let me preface this by also saying that there's sometimes I think there are topics on a podcast where you go, that's not really my thing. I'm out. And so before we even tell you what the subject matter is, and don't worry, it's not scandalous or anything horrible by any means, but I do think that these types of conversations are just fun to listen to, and you can kind of imagine things, use your imagination, picture things, maybe one day, that kind of thing. So if this is not your thing, just have fun with it and imagine and just follow along in stories because it will be utterly obnoxious and fun and all the things. So, okay, Angela, who's on the show this week? This is so fun.
One of my very favorite friends in the entire world.
I love this.
I do too.
Lisa Houston is with us, ladies and gentlemen. She is, we met through our careers in lawyer world. Mm-hmm.
Does she use phrases like in lieu of as well?
Oh, that's where I learned it, I'm sure. I'm confident.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. We talked last time about how sometimes we just use words and phrases to make people assume that we're smart and move on down the road. So yeah.
I feel ganged up upon.
You should.
Be very afraid. Lisa, when I was a family law attorney, was my very favorite mediator and my secret weapon because she could help everybody resolve their conflicts and get out of a terrible mess. So that's our context for how we got to know each other. And I've practiced law 25 years and you've been 26. So I can't remember not knowing you. I was trying to remember when we became friends. I have no idea. Who cares? Bottom line is she's one of my very favorite humans. And at some point in lawyer world, it's threatening and intimidating to be an attorney and have opposition who is, imposter syndrome is real and just knowing, oh my gosh, do I know enough? Am I smart enough? Am I going to look stupid in court? All those things go through your mind. And at some point, a while ago, a group of us said, you know what? Why are we all intimidated by each other? Let's make each other better. So my takeaway from our friendship and my encouragement to everybody listening is go find the smartest, strongest, most powerful person that you can in whatever you're interested in, and don't let them scare you off. You become their best friend and learn and grow together, because I can't imagine what I would have missed out on if we had not become close. Because at one point in time, I was like, oh, if I tell them I'm struggling with this, or will they use it against me in court? Or will they think will they prey upon that weakness? Mm-hmm. And that could not. Now, granted, we would go to court. We all are competitive. We all do a good job for our clients. But we would see behind that and go, you know what? These are families. Mm-hmm. It's not just a contest. These are families. These are situations. These things matter deeply. There's got to be a better way other than fighting it out in court and making it worse. Sometimes you have to do that. But when you can bring everybody together and let them come up with a good plan for their family through what we call mediation. Everybody walks away. They've all given good input. They've all come up with the solution together, and generally it works and it's the best for families. So that is the context of our friendship. That's not what we're talking about today.
Okay. Listen, everybody's like, oh, praise God.
You have all glazed over. I'm sorry, but you just need some backstory. So through that context, we became friends. And now our competition is who can out-adventure whom.
Because I believe this wholeheartedly.
Lisa's motto is it's either
a good time or a good story.
Oh, that's amazing.
So that when the plans go off the rails and it could be terrible, no, it's a good story.
Oh,
You're going to have a good time or a good story. But Lisa,
I can give an example of
yes.
that. On Monday, the TSA, really wasn't TSA. It was really the weather that shut everything down.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were stuck there and the flight canceled. And after it being canceled, I was thinking, I've never ordered something to be delivered to the airport. So I went.
Didn't know that you could.
Well, you can.
Okay.
So I ordered pizzas.
This is awesome.
So I ordered pizzas and I was going to give them to the TSA workers because they're not getting paid.
Yes.
So I went to the TSA workers, and while I was waiting for the pizza, I met this family of 9 that had been at one airport, it got canceled, and then they drove up to Sarasota and they were waiting on standby. And they were just wanting to get home. And so when I got the pizzas, so I learned their story, got the pizzas, went to TSA, they said, we can't accept them because of potential bribery.
Oh.
So then I went back outside and gave the pizzas to the family of 9, and they were so thankful and so appreciative that it just made me smile.
That's beautiful. I would have
never thought of that.
No, you know what I would have been doing? I would have been grumbling and complaining about, well, what are we going to do now?
So it's either a good time or a good story.
Yes.
Did
And
I
you
say
can
that
create
right?
your story.
Yes, absolutely. That's incredible. Okay.
And what I love too, as we're some of us approaching empty nest in an empty nest season, not to be sad about that, but to reframe that as, okay, now it's time for my next adventure. What will that look like? And I don't mean you have to have a $10,000 travel budget. I just mean have the attitude of what is my next half going to look like and how can I make it my best half? So
listen, there's a family, the husband and wife both work here at Union, and they explore all the national parks. Like that is their thing all over the country. They go everywhere. And I'm like, okay, yes, I understand you have to get there. But, that to me seems like an inexpensive way to see this creation and to see these parks and to see everything. And I think, okay, like there is something for everybody, even if it's just one trip in the next 3 years, and I'm going to save for that. I'm going to work for that. And this is going to be our big trip. Or maybe you can do lots of little trips, whatever. But again, don't get scared of, I can't do this. Or, I don't have the means. I still work all the time. I mean, both of y'all still work all the time.
We do.
So, just figuring out what you can do, how you can do it, when you can do it.
Well, I will tell you one thing that I try to have something scheduled every month. And it doesn't matter. I just want a new experience. So I've treated Bolivar as a destination. I went to Helen's Barbecue, which closed down, sadly. I went to all the different things. And with internet, you can find anything. And just like I was telling Angela, I get the membership with Botanical Gardens, and we plan on going to Dixon Gardens.
Yeah.
They have 650,000 tulips.
Oh, no.
So I'm hoping to do that this weekend.
Yeah.
They had the trolls at the Memphis Botanical Gardens. We went there, and that's all free included in that because they have that reciprocity.
Yeah.
So you can always travel.
Yeah. Right. And I guess that's such a better way of me trying to explain what I wanted to explain. Like there are ways, there are things to do. It doesn't equal a $10,000 budget.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay.
And your brain, anything different from the ordinary routine, your brain rewires it. Neuroplasticity, my favorite word that makes me sound smart. But it's just so important to keep giving ourselves new experiences, wherever that is.
Yeah.
However, the reason Lisa's here is because she has been on some grand adventures, and it's like she's known for it in all of our circles. People grab her and go, where have you been? What do I need to know? Tell me about, and her Facebook posts are are iconic because she will go through and just lay it all out there in a really fun way. So I would love for Lisa to just give us some trips that you've been on in the last little bit and what you loved and what we need to know, and tell us everything, oh wise one.
This is now that's funny. This is what I'm going to say is I don't do the $10,000 trips. I'm cheap. So like I'm going to Prague in April, and how I've picked that place and why it's not completely planned yet is because so there's Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and Travel Tuesday. And I told my friend, whatever is the cheapest ticket on Travel Tuesday, we're going to purchase it and we'll figure out the rest later. And I do that a lot. And so
it's like roulette.
Yes.
Listen, you're my kind of gal right there. We'll figure it out later.
Exactly. So we've got tickets. They were less than $500.
Wow.
Round trip to Prague. And then, so I'll figure that out. But the previous one that was last year in January, they opened up a new flight from Iceland, from Nashville to Iceland.
Iceland?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a 6.5-hour flight. My friend was saying, Nikki, she's someone I travel with. She said, they have a new flight. And I'm like, let's go check it out. It was $346.
Oh, my word.
It is a nonstop flight from Nashville. It's 6.5 hours. It's always the same. You leave at 8:55 p.m. You arrive at 8:30 a.m. You hit the road running. And then it comes back at 5:30. It leaves and then arrives in Nashville at 7:30. And you can make it home.
Yeah.
We went for 4 days.
Wow. What'd you do this long weekend? Oh, I went to Iceland.
I'm going to say something so dumb, but when I heard her say Iceland, I just imagined her on like Antarctica with a penguin. I was like, what do you do?
Yeah.
Where is this? And what do you do there?
Right.
Oh my gosh. I hate the cold. Anyone who knows me knows I hate the cold. I have heaters on this week. I've had heaters
That's
on.
how she went from Michigan to Florida.
Yes, with my feet on top of the heater. And so we went there. I want to go back. I want to go back for 2 weeks.
Let's pause for a minute. Did the ice storm, did that 2 weeks of snow that was just horrible, did that just about do you in?
Did you see? Okay, I'm going to tell you what we did. The first 3 days.
Did you bring your fire pit inside?
No, the first 3 days, we knew it was coming. So our friend came over because she didn't want to be trapped. We put on those T-Rex blow-up dolls and went outside and played kickball in the backyard.
Okay.
We're going to put that in stories.
Okay, amazing.
We are going to put that in stories. That is an example of we don't like the ice and the cold, but we're going to make a good story out of this.
Yes, that's just who you are.
It is.
Yes.
It's just in everything. It's who you are. Okay.
It wasn't always who I was.
Okay, well.
It was after I met, I'm going to say Angela is a big part of this. She's so positive. And so that has pushed off on me, I think.
I love that.
And also after COVID and empty nesting, I got a raise after my kids went away.
Heck yeah.
And COVID, I'm just like, I'm going to do something every month.
Yeah, I love this. Okay, so Iceland, what was that like? How did you prepare for a place that just truly seems so foreign? Were you going off other people? Did
No.
you just, I would be terrified. I'd be like, I don't know if this is a good place to stay. We're in Iceland, for crying out loud. Where's the JW Marriott, please?
I'm just glad there was a building. I really thought it was just white, snowy land.
And I'm a deep diver, rabbit hole, go down the rabbit hole. And the first thing I do is I go on Instagram and Facebook and I go to travel ideas. And if you type in that city or that country, it will pull up. Like we're going
Good to know.
Yes. And so I will write those things down or I will screenshot them and then I'll create an itinerary from that.
Okay.
And so I throw everything in there, but I don't have an agenda. I have if we're by this spot or if we drive by this spot, we can stop in. If we don't, then we can skip it.
Okay.
I do have some these are the things I'm going to see. And one of them is the Black Sand Beach, which got destroyed in February. And I'm so glad that we got to see it. We went to, the moment we got off the plane, we went to the Blue Lagoon, literally got our car and went to the Blue Lagoon. Met some of the nicest people. Here's another tip that I love giving out tips because I want people to explore. I want them, even if it's going to a new restaurant.
Right.
in Iceland, if you fly anywhere and you're flying on Iceland Air, you can stop without it costing any extra for 2 to 7 days. And you could stop in that area and it's just a long layover.
Oh, my word.
And so this one lady was there and she was there for a day. And I like to meet the locals. Mm-hmm. And she was just telling me that she came in. She wanted to check out the Blue Lagoon. She wanted to check out the church there. And so she did that and she's on her way to London.
Oh, my word.
Yeah.
Okay. Angela, make sure that you send pictures, because I want to make sure that we share these in stories so people can see what you're talking about, because I'm like you. Are you stuck on a piece of ice with a penguin?
That's all I could imagine.
My gosh. It is so not I'm going to tell you, it is the most. It's like going on a different planet. And I was in such awe because you would see a dead volcano next to a glacier. Mm. And there is probably, and I'm not exaggerating, 40 waterfalls. Mm. And some of these waterfalls are the most iconic and beautiful waterfalls you'll ever see. And so then we kept driving. We went past the black sand beach and then we kept driving to where the glaciers were. And so we got a hotel there and we got there at like 11 o'clock at night. Every night every hour we were stopping somewhere. And they're not expensive. You only pay $7 to park at these waterfalls for your car, and you can go and check them out. They don't charge a fee for you to go and check them out.
Who'd have thunk there's all this stuff to do in Iceland?
Oh, my gosh.
Okay, did you stay in one central location and drive out from there, or did you pack up for those 4 nights and stay somewhere different every time?
You do not know me.
Okay. Well, clearly, I'm an idiot for asking that question.
I'm just joking. We stayed every night somewhere different.
Okay.
So the first night we went to this, it's called Jokelsberg. It was where you could look out in the glacier and you could sit in geothermal pools. The place only cost $216 to stay. And then we checked out this, we went to this glacier where they call Diamond Beach, where these big chunks of glacier go on the black sand. The black sand is everywhere because the volcanoes, they do not have white sand. Mm. And so on our way back, we were there last Easter. And so we were sitting in the geothermal pools, meeting the locals and talking. But that night we arrived at 11 o'clock. The most beautiful aurora lights with green, purple that you could see with the naked eye.
Oh, my goodness.
And so I'm going to laugh because my husband, it was like 2 a.m. We were all out there and he would not go to bed. And I'm like, what are you doing? He goes, this has been the best day ever. I don't want it to end.
Yeah.
But so we went in and he was talking to the person that checks you in. And he goes, are these the best aurora lights you've ever seen? And she said, no, it's about a 6.
Wow.
Oh, my gosh.
So that we went from there. And then the next night we stayed at an Airbnb. And this Airbnb was owned by a family, and it was next to a waterfall. And they had 2 dogs that we played with. They made us treats like breakfast rolls and just breads from there. They were very Icelandic. It was very cute. And then the next night, we stayed in an igloo. Well, I say it's an igloo. It's one of those geodomes.
Yeah.
And it is the coolest thing. Everything we stayed at, the most expensive thing was the geodome with $300 a night. But we stayed there on an Icelandic horse farm.
Oh my gosh.
I love Icelandic horses.
You?
They are beautiful. I think they're inbred. They have a weird gait. They're short.
Something is different here.
Yes. And they this kind of sounds sad, but they do eat horse there.
Okay. This is so bizarre and interesting.
Especially when I went to the menu and it said horse chops.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No. I'm not getting that.
No, I did not get that.
Yeah.
I hate to admit I did eat smoked puffin.
Okay. Well.
Was it good?
It was good.
Did it taste like chicken?
It did not taste like chicken. And I did have fermented shark. And that is like, and dried fish. The fermented shark was like ammonia. It's not pleasant.
Okay.
And the dried fish is like it has a very good flavor, but I felt like when I was done chewing, I could puff out and it would be just flying out like sand.
My gosh. Oh my gosh.
You're so adventurous though. And the flight and the hotels are equal to or less than some of the trips we've taken here.
Absolutely.
It's just amazing.
Well, I will warn you, and I will say when we were in the in the Geo, you were separate. You have like wood frames on the outside, so you don't see anyone else with you. And there is a community bathroom. I don't have a problem. I can stay in a hostel.
Yeah.
And so
it's like camping.
Exactly. Dean woke me up at 2 a.m. and he said, there's northern lights. And so I looked straight up because it's all clear and there was northern lights playing.
It doesn't seem real. The fact that there are locals, like people live there, are they what? Like, I can't even comprehend, like, well, where did you grow up, Iceland? Like, how in the world how are they making their money? Is it just off of tourism or is it, how do they live there?
Okay. So,
are there schools? Is there a
absolutely.
hospital?
There's like communities there.
We're still stuck on, you're on a piece of ice with a penguin.
That's really all I see.
This is not ice. You're thinking Greenland.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm thinking North Pole. I don't know. It's all the same in my brain.
It's not.
Okay.
I will tell you, when we went up this one waterfall, we kept walking back and I felt like I was in the Lord of Rings. The grass was coming up and we kept seeing new waterfalls. I was like committed to get to the top of this mountain, and I didn't make it, but I made about 2-3 miles, and it was so beautiful. Oh. And so after that, we went to Reykjavik, and Reykjavik is beautiful. It has the Rainbow Road, and it's been there forever, and it stops at a church, and I cannot say the name of the church. It's the most beautiful church. You go up, and I do have a picture of that. You go up to the top and you see all the colorful houses of Iceland. Now, back to the point you were asking. They make a lot of money. Their primary source of energy is water, geothermal.
Okay.
So they heat their houses with geothermal and those type of things. They have farms. They have everything's going on there.
Okay.
And so there's the city itself is really cute. They have regular buildings and all that.
It's a little more advanced.
It's very much more advanced than you think.
When the word vacation sounds like either 30A or Disney World or somewhere, whatever you do, and then you think there's a whole big world out there.
Oh, and my understanding is it didn't even really become a tourist spot until about like 2010 or something like that. And so there is probably, we also went to the Sky Lagoon. The Sky Lagoon is on the water. It's up higher and you can look over and we watch seals swimming. And so it's just an experience. And the expensive part, I will warn you this, the hotels, we did Airbnbs except for Hotel Joe Carlson. The Airbnbs and everything is inexpensive. The food is very expensive. Like we got fish and chips, which were wonderful. And it was like one little thing was 30 something.
Yeah.
It kind of is reined into what it is here now.
Right.
Truly.
Right.
But it is a beautiful spot, and there's so much I have not seen. There's called this thing called the Golden Circle, and you can see a crater, you can see a dead volcano, you can see the geysers, and it's all within 30 minutes. This huge waterfall, and I did something that is not what I normally do, but it's the only place in the world you can do it. And you can swim between 2 different country tectonic plates.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
And you put on a dry suit that keeps you warm. Your face is in this 30-degree water. Maybe it's a facial. But it's supposed to be the clearest water you can see in the world. And you can touch both sides. It's the North Eurasian and then, it's the Eurasian and North American tectonic plates.
Wow.
And So
listen, one time
colorful.
I was in Istanbul, and depending on where you are, sometimes you're in Asia, sometimes you're in Europe. I thought that was cool. That's not cool at all. Is there a time of year to go to Iceland, or does it matter if somebody, like if they're like really thinking about, oh, this would be a great adventure? Do you know if there's a time of year that's better than another?
I'm a deep diver, so yes,
okay.
I do know. If you're wanting to see the Northern Lights, the best time of year is in November, probably to March.
Okay.
If you want to go inexpensively, the time of year is the shoulder season, which is March and April. We went late. I went the latest April.
Okay.
And the other shoulder season is September and October.
Okay.
The summer only gets up to about 60-some degrees, but you have the purple flowers popping out and all that. So a lot of people do that because there's this thing called the Ring Road. You can do it in 10 to 12 days. You can either rent a car and go all over the country, or there's lots of people who do this. They rent camper vans. And they will go all the way around. So that's something I do want to go back to do. Because there are tons of where you just pull off and you park and you stay and then you get back on the road and go. So
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay. Where's another place that you have been?
Warm weather.
Yeah.
Give us a warm option.
Yeah.
Okay. Exumas.
Is this where you swim with the pigs? What do you do in Exumas?
I'm also like, everyone pull out your map.
Where are these places? I've learned words from Lisa.
Okay. Below Nassau is what they call Exumas. And it's between 300, I think it's over 300 little islands. And so.
Is that all Bahamas?
Yes.
Okay. South of Florida?
Yes.
Okay.
No, it's kind of east of Florida.
Okay. See, here we go. Here we go.
So our friends, every 2 years, if you get a group of friends, I will say that is the cheapest way to travel anywhere. We look like we do a lot of big expensive, but when you're splitting it with 8 people, so we get a catamaran every 2 years, and our friend is a captain, and so we don't have to pay for a captain. And I was telling Angela, we stock our last time we went, we froze lasagna and had it packed in a cooler so we could get it over there. Because when you go to Bahamas, like a thing of Coke, a 12-pack of Coke costs $24.
Oh, gosh, no.
Because it's so hard to get stuff.
Yeah.
So we fill up our suitcases and hope that their security doesn't catch us.
I'm bringing a lasagna in my carry-on.
Listen, we just came back from Honduras, and our guy brought some rocks back, and they kept his rocks.
Oh, no.
So I'm like, how do you do this?
Scandalous.
Yeah.
So this catamaran, you go through the moorings. It's called the moorings. And you can rent it if you have 8 people. We spend about $1,500 a piece. All the catamarans are less than 2 years old. They're $2 million catamarans. You can get it for 7 days. We go and we land, all of us land, we unpack all our stuff. I mean, we pack paper towels, everything.
Yeah.
And then we go ahead and go to the grocery store and we all bring our money, spend our money, and then fill up, and we each take a day of cooking.
Oh, that's smart.
So when I said we didn't want to cook, so Dean made lasagna and we just packed it.
Yeah. When you say $1,500 a person, that's less than $300 per night when you look at it that way. Because that's for a whole week. Okay, keep going.
But now I'm also like, who's going to be our captain? How long does it take one to train to be a captain?
I'll be your captain.
You can rent them.
You can
hire them.
Rent a captain. Captain for hire.
Our friend did it one time. She's gone 6 times, and they hired one.
Okay.
And I asked, I'm like, well, isn't that kind of like, obtrusive into your life?
Can you interview them and make sure they're fun?
For real.
I'm going to tell you, she said they absolutely loved them, but they sleep in the front part of the berthing, so they don't even come out unless they're doing their thing. And that's what they do.
I also am envisioning below deck.
Me too. That's
it
exactly. Is it like that at all?
It is nothing like below deck.
Oh, man. I was ready to sign up.
But we do have, the last time we went, we had 5 rooms. but they're tight. I mean, it's like
We need a picture of this boat. We're going to put all these pictures in Instagram stories, y'all.
So the last time we went, we had another deep diver, which I loved, and that was our captain. He's our best friend.
Okay.
And so we went to the Thunderball Grotto, where you go into this cave, and it's where if you look up Sean Connery, they filmed a movie in there. Mm. And then we went to Iguana Island. There's, oh my gosh, so many iguanas on this island. And then we went to this one place where they have the pigs.
I want to hear about the pigs.
Okay. We didn't go to the one that everyone goes to, like Great Exuma, where everyone is. This was one that we just saw these, we kind of knew it's called Big K. And these pigs are huge.
Are they scary?
They're aggressive.
Oh,
and when I say they're aggressive, we were in our little dinghy, and we're just sitting there, and we have our carrots, and we think we're all happy. And we are like having to put our oars and push them away because they were trying to capsize us to get those carrots.
Yeah, I feel like I'm going to be eaten. I am the carrot. I am the carrot, and they're going to eat me.
Yeah, they are aggressive, but we ended up. We found this place.
Doesn't this sound fun, everyone?
Everybody book your trip.
We ended up getting away, and there was this place right next to it it's called Cruisers Beach, where people would just leave all their stuff. And so we put up shells, and we treated it like a fair game, and we'd have rocks trying to hit the shells. And so we're all sitting there, and all our friends are in the water, and I'm sitting on the this piece of wood. And I look over my shoulder, and one of those pigs somehow got over to where we were and was heading our way.
Oh my
And
gosh.
so I'm like running to the water to get in. But that's a good story.
Yeah.
And I didn't get hurt.
No.
She didn't get eaten by a pig.
So there's a point of where you exit.
Yes.
And then you're out and you're gone for 7 days or 6 days, however long.
Yes.
And then you come back.
Yes. You exit. So you fly into Nassau. You go to the moorings. That is the place that has all the boats that rent. That's exactly what they do is they rent boats. They have owners, and then the owners rent them like Airbnbs.
Okay.
And then you take off from there, and then there's all these different islands that you can hit. And so we knew we weren't going to make it down to Great Exuma, and a lot of people fly into Great Exuma, and it's beautiful. But we went to we had our own little plan. Like there was this place.
Because you got your own captain, honey.
Exactly.
You're doing your own thing.
We went to Boo Boo Hill, and you're supposed to.
I want to go there.
Boo Boo Hill.
Well, Boo Boo Hill is this really cool place. It's a park. It's a national park, and you're supposed to paint a sign and put it on this huge hill, and you go ahead and put the name and just place it up there for good luck. And so we all painted the sign of our boat name, and then but the night before we got there, so we were staying there the night. We were going to do it the next morning. We had a bull shark circling our catamaran. And so we got a little closer. My husband swam with some sharks, just to let you know.
No, I'm not doing that.
Nurse sharks are very nice.
I still don't just
I'm
don't
not taking any chances.
Just don't even tell me. Like when people do that with stingrays and stuff, I'm like, just don't. No,
I feel like there's a lawyer joke in there. Like the sharks ran away from the lawyer.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway. Nurse sharks apparently are very, very friendly. But this bull shark, I don't know why. I think I think it's like anything. They see boats. They know that they'll try to throw food. Mm-hmm. We did not. But we did go up to Boo Boo Hill, and we threw our sign up there. I have a picture of it because it's really a cool place.
I love that. Okay, give us one more. Give us one more destination and trip and fun and all the things. And then I have first, before you do that, because while you're thinking, do you just like... When people say, I'm going to 30A for the summer, for the week or whatever, do you just go, oh my gosh, there's so many more places to go?
Well, I did go to 30A when my kids were in school.
Okay.
Every spring break and every fall break.
Okay.
So, no, but I do think that when their kids graduate, because it really is a kid place.
Yeah, right.
to just, there's so much out there that's less expensive.
Yeah. Okay. That's totally fair. I get it.
Well, and Carl made the point one time, he was like, when you think back on our beach trips, they all blend together and nothing stands out. Right. But now that we've started going some different places, like there are vivid memories of so many. It just helps you remember things better, at least for us.
And I will tell you, we did one before, it was when the kids got into teenage years. We didn't do every year there. Probably 3 years we did the 30A. One year we went to Arizona and we did the nomadic trip. I literally didn't know where we were staying for the next night until the night before.
Wow. That would stress me out.
Well, and only one time in Sedona, I was a little stressed out, but we ended up getting a place. But that was our kids' favorite trip.
Yeah, because it's so unique and so different. It's so unique and so different. Okay, one more trip without kids. Italy. That's what we're talking about? Yes.
Yeah, either Italy or Costa Rica. I know Angela's going to Costa Rica fast, but I can tell her about that after. After Angela went to Italy with her daughter, it inspired me to go to Italy with my daughter. And I've never been... I don't count the Caribbean overseas. I have never been to, and I guess I didn't count Iceland either, to Europe. I've never been there.
Yeah. And pause and shout out Haley Houston, one of the most remarkable humans on earth. She is a pediatric
mental health nurse at Sarasota Memorial.
And she's only 24, almost said 23. She's precious. She's amazing. Love you, Haley. Okay, keep going.
So we decided after Angela went, I decided to go to Italy, and we went to Venice, Florence, and Rome. And out of all the things that I was scared of, was the trains. I was afraid. I wasn't afraid to be on a train.
Just navigating their system?
Yes. Because they say, well, if you don't check in, if you don't do your check-in, you'll get a $100 ticket. And that goes against everything I am. So I didn't know what to do, but I didn't realize if you reserve a seat, you don't have to do that. But I watched YouTube videos, which I usually don't do. I watched everything to figure out how to do these trains.
Well, let's not forget that I almost got in a fight with the Italian men and come to find out I was wrong.
I did not know this.
Did you not know that?
No, tell the story, please.
I didn't have my readers on, which is how all good stories begin in my world. And I was certain that I had pre-booked the train for the day that we were on the train, and I argued with these people and tried to make them get out of my seat. Come to find out, my ticket was actually for a week later.
Oh my gosh.
And we were on a train en route and did not have a ticket, and Kaylee just hardcore panicked, and she sat down with this other family and pretended to be asleep. So when they came around, they thought she was with that family, and I just pretended to frantically say things. They never find us, and they didn't make us get off the train in the middle of nowhere, but I was completely wrong after believing that I was completely right and standing up for myself and asserting my ground and trying to make this man get out of my seat, and it was his seat. So make sure you have your readers on and you book the correct date, and then everything will be fine.
That is so funny. And speaking of trains, so we are on the Prague trip. The only thing we have booked is the first night and then our train to Bratislava, because we're trying to hit 3 countries. And the trains are so cheap. They're like $50 for first class. And so I booked the train, and then like a week later, I'm like, oh my gosh, we're not going to be there that day because we don't arrive the day we leave. And so...
Whoops.
And it's not English.
Yeah, no, right. Where is the English, for crying out loud?
Exactly.
For the love of all things. Okay.
But it makes a good story.
Okay, really quick for the sake of time. How did you, when you chose those 3 places in Italy, are you just like, well, these are the most popular spots. This is where we're going. We're going to spend 2 days in each place or whatever. Was that just your rhyme and reason? Did you hit all the touristy spots, or are you like, no, I only want to do one touristy spot and then I want everything else to be these more hidden gems and treasures?
Okay, so as far as the touristy spots, I don't hit those as much. Like The Doge, I think Doge is in Venice. Is that correct, Angela?
I think, yeah.
Okay, so I didn't want to pay for that and do that. So I found out there was this secret itinerary. And what you do is you go to the torture chambers and the jail cells and Casanova's jail cell.
Wow.
And then when you're done, it's only, plus this tour was only an hour and a half, and I'm not a long tour person. And
there's too much to do.
Exactly. And Doge is like, if you do their tour, it's like 3 or 4 hours.
We did that, and I prefer your way.
Oh my gosh, it was so interesting. And then you walk across the Bridge of Sighs, which is the bridge over the water before the prisoners. This is the last time they can be in Venice, and then you get to explore Doge on your own afterwards.
Yeah.
And so we did. I probably hit 1 or 2 places at each place in Venice, Florence, and Rome. In Rome, I did the Colosseum, and the Pope was there, so I did St. Peter's Basilica, and we did, in Florence was my favorite, we did a pasta making class. I recommend doing that, and it was like a 4-hour thing, but we ate it afterwards. We made a lot of friends, and we also—
What an experience, though.
It was so nice.
Who can say that?
It was great.
I made pasta in Italy.
Yes. Who can say that? Did you what do you do with restaurants in a place like that? Are you just asking the locals on the spot, or are you doing the homework ahead of time and this is where we're going to eat dinner? I don't care about I just always want to make sure that I have, however long I am somewhere, like a good meal or two. I'm the queen of, I don't care, I'll just wing it and figure it out as we go. But that can also be very intimidating in a country like Italy.
I do both. We hit on one spot. Actually, I don't reserve restaurants. And one time we ended up on the main canal on the best spot because we just happened to go in there, and I said, "Is that available?" And they said, "Yeah, if you want to have a cocktail." And I'm like, "I'm in."
Oh, wow.
And so we were able to sit there.
Iconic moment.
Yes, it was one of the most beautiful places. But generally, I will deep dive, and on Insta, everyone will tell you, like, this is the place to eat. And sometimes I'll go to those, and sometimes I don't. I will, I did go to the outdoor places. I'm more of a food truck, or I did go to Hell's Kitchen in Las Vegas, just because it's, a place to do.
Right.
But generally, I will just ask people.
Yeah. Well, because sometimes even like those Instagram accounts, well, everybody's looking at that. And so therefore it's not a hidden treasure anymore.
Exactly. And it's too full.
It's too full, and it's just missing.
Oh, let me tell you one place, just real quick. When we went on a cruise one time, and our kids were young, and we were in Cayman, and we asked locals, we're like, "Where do you go for good food?" And they sent us to this place, and we literally heard the chickens in the back.
Listen, I get that. I understand that.
It was so good, though. It really was.
Just don't think about it.
Right.
Hey, buddy, I just saw you an hour ago.
What is the name of the podcast? You've got a podcast recommendation for people that want travel inspo.
Okay, I don't listen to very many podcasts, like 4. And
this is one.
I was just no, not other. This is one of those 4. The podcast that I started listening to about 4 months ago was called Travel Squad. And they teach you how to travel inexpensively. They will actually tell you what you should wear for that time. They'll tell you hotels, how to use points. They also have a Amazon shop, and you can go on there and buy it at Amazon prices.
That's amazing.
For different things like the purse or, clothing.
Is it that?
That is it.
Okay.
That is it.
Okay.
In fact, I was just listening on my way here because I've listened to yours already, because when you said you didn't know you talked, I'm like, what about Honduras? The manatee swim. And I did that in February myself.
Swimming with the manatees.
This is a great podcast.
It is awesome. It really is really good.
I'm going to follow them.
Yeah, we need to know about that. And then one of my very favorite gifts I've ever been given, last year, I took Lisa to Disney World because Lisa said she hates Disney World. And I was determined to change her mind. Did I change her mind?
She absolutely changed my mind. But I will preface this. I only like Disney World with Angela.
Yeah.
There is no go by yourself and enjoy it.
It's torture.
It's my pleasure playground, and you will have a good time if it kills all of us.
Yes.
I'm the fairy godmother at Disney.
She has it down to a T, and my daughter went, and we had the best time ever. We really had a good time. But I know that it's not going to happen again unless I go with you.
Well, that's on purpose. I'm not selfish. I make sure I'm part of that conversation. But Lisa she gave me a travel journal, and it's a page-a-day travel journal, and I'll put this in stories too. But it's so cute, and I've done a terrible job at documenting my trips, but that is my promise to myself. You put the date and the location and just a few little notes, and you remember all your
well, because as much as you travel into different type places, you forget. You just totally forget if you don't jot it down. Okay, you're going to Prague. What's on the horizon after that?
Okay, so little things.
Okay,
I'm a judge for the Memphis in May World Championship Barbecue Festival.
Amazing.
How cool is that? How long have you done this?
It's going to be my 5th year.
A judge in the barbecue.
Training for this?
Yes.
Okay, because I'm like,
you do.
How in the world? Okay, we're not going to get into all that.
It's not enough. And then and I'm doing the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride where everyone dresses up in like 50s, 60s clothes, and it's to raise money for men's health. And it's all over the world. Millions and millions of money has been spent. So when it's opening up in Austria, they'll post the pictures. Some of these rides, it's all like older bikes. And some of these rides will have 2,000 people or 5,000 people in the ride itself. And so we go to Nashville, and there's usually about 200 or 300, and we drive down Broadway. We stop a couple times. Everyone's dressed up in their dapper clothes. But next weekend, she told me to bring this up. Next weekend, I'm going to the Arkansas Derby.
Oh, you're going to love it.
I've done it 4 years in a row.
Okay, yes. So much
So ask Fran the question. We have a question.
I don't know the answer.
No. So, it's not the Kentucky Derby.
No, ma'am, it's not.
And you can wear jeans there.
Okay.
And but the best thing about it is the horse from the Arkansas Derby is automatically in the Kentucky Derby, so you have something to root for.
Right.
Do I wear a fascinator or not?
And for those of you listening who don't know, it's that funny little part of a hat that clips onto the side of your head and is fascinatingly a fascinator.
It's
it
kind of
fastens
obnoxious.
To your head.
Yeah.
I think yes.
I would always say yes.
If you have an occasion, why not?
Because it's just part of the good time and the good story, and nobody knows who you are and they don't care. Literally.
And also, we need a picture.
Okay, I'm going to say the last 3 times I've gone, I have not.
Will you feel like you'll be in the minority?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Listen, my mom used to go way back in the day, way back like when I was a little girl. She would go with some of her friends, and I would be so jealous. Jealous of what? I didn't know what to be jealous of, but I was just fascinated. There are certain Southern things that I was fascinated by, and being from Arkansas, there's not a whole lot to be fascinated by, but that was always like a big deal.
It is, and it's so fun. And I say that it's nothing like the Kentucky Derby. You can get seats in the interior for $8.
Okay, listen, maybe but that's a lovely adventure that is none of these things that we've talked about before. Listen, we're gonna come up with a name for these recurring episodes because I think there's so much to consider and even just tips and tricks and just things, whether you're talking about going to Disney World or talking about going to the beach or buying an airline ticket or
the botanical gardens in Memphis, Tennessee.
Zoo passes, just all kinds of stuff. I think there's just fun things to consider for empty nesters, but also for families.
We need fun adventure in our lives.
Well, and I think everyone needs new experiences. Like Angela said, when you have something to look forward to, you get a dopamine hit.
Yeah, right. Oh, sure. Listen, I'm always like...
That's our favorite question. What do you have to look forward to?
And that's my favorite. My question that I usually ask is what do you like to do for fun?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And what brings you joy?
Yeah, I ask that a lot is what has brought you joy recently or, what do you have to look forward to? Lisa, this is so much fun. Thank you so much.
Can I share our March memory verse? We're running out of March.
Yes, we've got a little bit of March. March is for the podcast purposes.
We've got one more after this.
One more after this, but I feel like we've been sitting in March for a hot minute.
March is better than February.
It's so much better than January.
Show is, y'all.
We have thought out. Okay, March memory verse, 1 Peter 4, 10 and 11. Each of you should use whatever gift you have received to serve others as faithful stewards of God's grace in its various forms.
Love it.
If anyone speaks, they should do so as one who speaks the very words of God. If anyone serves, they should do so with the strength God provides, so that in all things God may be praised through Jesus Christ. To him be the glory and the power forever and ever. Amen.
All the people said amen. Thank you, Lisa Houston, for being on the show.
Thank you so much.
We'll bring you back in the fall. We'll bring you back in the fall. And just, again, I don't know. We just need to think of some really cool practical, but then also the occasional, here's your big item.
Well, and there's some, and I will encourage anyone, and I will give any tips out. I want to help people have fun.
If people have questions about anything in particular when it comes to travel, do you want us to give them what? Your email address, your Instagram, your Facebook? How do you want people to contact?
Probably my Facebook.
Okay. That's what we'll do. All right, everybody. We love y'all so much. And this is just also a fun time of the year to be thinking about what adventure lies ahead for you, for your family, whether it doesn't have to be this summer, but it can be anytime over the next 12 months. Be thinking of something you can do that is going to bring you some joy and is a whole lot of fun. I love it so much. Yeah. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. Have a fantastic day and week. We'll see you next time. As always, be sure and follow and subscribe to the podcast, and everything that you want to know about this episode, oh my gosh, can be found in the show notes as well as our Instagram stories. Those stories are available for 24 hours on Monday and Tuesday. So be sure and follow us on Instagram. And if you have questions about any episode, just send us a direct message and we will point you in the right direction. You guys are amazing. Here's to an adventurous new season. Have a great day. We love you.